Oh, hi, Mark. As you'll notice, I'm recording in my car because I forgot to record a video this week. Um, and I don't know why, but I'm forcing myself to stick with this schedule. I really don't know why. It's just something I'm making myself do. Um, it is fun. I like reviewing movies. I don't know. Time gets away from me, I guess. Um, Shit. Anyway, I'm glad I didn't actually review a movie this week, though. By the way, the camera's probably going to be shaking ever so slightly because I'm using my fucking steering wheel as a resting point for my hand. So sorry about that. But I'm glad that I didn't, in a way, because now I have this movie to talk about, which is A Quiet Place Day One, which is the newest entry in what is, I guess, now the series. Well, I guess a trilogy at this point, but the newest entry in the A Quiet Place series, and it was pretty fantastic. We follow two characters primarily. We follow a cancer patient. At least I think that's what she is. That's what we're led to kind of believe about her, is that she has cancer or some kind of terminal illness. It might have said in the very beginning of the movie. I will say I was in the theater. I was in the lobby of the theater waiting for my girlfriend to get there before I even went in, and I missed the first maybe 5 minutes, maybe less. We got there at the point where she started talking about wanting to go get pizza. Like just slightly before that, where she's like, "You're not my friend, you're a doctor," or something like that. And so I might have missed it. Maybe they said what she had. I don't know that they ever did. But anyway, just a terminally ill woman and this guy. He's just a guy. He's a British man who came to America, I guess, to go to law school. And their dynamic in the movie is great together. They aren't, it's not like a forced love interest, which I loved. They're both characters that you care for a lot, because the movie does a great job of character building, which is, I think it's pretty impressive, because they don't fucking talk. Nobody fucking I mean, they do. They whisper. There's a lot more talking in this movie, actually, in my opinion, than the other Quiet Place movies. At least that's what it seems like. I think so. It's been a minute since I saw the other Quiet Place movies. Definitely more talking than the first one. But they whisper to each other a lot. They're intelligent in the way that they kind of figure things out. They figure out these things can't swim. They won't be able to hear certain actions with certain other things going on, which I like. Of course that's gonna be the case. I don't know how they figured out that these things hunt by sound. I don't think it's ever established how he does. She kinda is there during the meteor shower that these things come down on. So she kind of sees it for herself. But the monsters in this movie are great. We're still on my likes. Really, I don't have very many bad things to say about the movie. I'll kind of get some of them, well, really like the one or two that I have out of the way, just so we have the negativity out of the way and I can just talk about how cool the movie is. The biggest thing that I am not, it's not that I'm not a fan of it, because I actually really love her character, but it's that I can look at it and I can be like, that's kind of goofy. The fact that she's terminally ill and she's in constant pain and she's just like running around and like she's one of the ones that lasts, not particularly realistic. As someone who's as someone who's had a mother who went through cancer and cancer treatments and stuff like that, she wouldn't be able to walk for very long without getting winded, like, especially not at the stage that she's at. And somebody just pulled up next to me. They're gonna think I'm a serial killer because I'm talking to my phone. That's fucked up. I wish they would have parked somewhere else. Anyway, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what they think. Do you give a fuck? I know you don't give a fuck. So, anyway, but like, people that late in illness, they wouldn't be able to walk very far without getting winded. So I think it's kind of unrealistic and kind of goofy that that she was one of the people that survived. But at the same time, I think that's part of her character. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't fucking take it anymore. So I moved. And she's still fucking sitting in her car over there, too. I fucking hate that shit. When you see someone in your car, in their car, talking to their goddamn phone, don't park next to them. All right? You go fuck yourself for that. All right? It's not my fault for using a public parking lot to record a fucking YouTube video. It's your goddamn fault for parking next to the door. Fuck you, old lady. I have the fucking old lady. Who gives a shit? So anyway, but it is kind of part of her character because she's the perfect fucking example of what I'm talking about when I talk about strong female characters, how you can make good ones without having them be like these arrogant, good at everything boss bitch ladies. Like that stereotype is incredibly annoying and incredibly played out. And I'm so glad they fucking didn't do that here. She is a very good character. She's very endearing. She's this character that's kind of accepted her fate, and I think that's why she's able to keep calm through a lot of this. She's obviously scared of these things because they're these fucking terrifying aliens, which that's another thing that's way cool about this movie, is you get to see the aliens a little closer up, and they're horrific. I don't know, the way that like the little flaps on their face move, it fucking freaks me out. I don't know what it is about it, but it's the way they all fold out, and it almost evokes that same feeling of like looking at like a honeycomb pattern, if that makes sense. You know, like trypophobia type shit. Whatever. They're freaky looking, okay? They eat something in this movie, and I'm not sure what the something is, which it's kind of funny because I never saw them eat a person. It almost seems like they just want to kill people, but then they ate this thing, and I have no idea what the thing was. So potential world building, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know what I was supposed to get out of that scene. But anyway, as I was saying with the characters, she's a really strong character. She's a character who's kind of accepted her own fate, accepted the fact that she's gonna die because she is terminally ill. And then you have this other character who is, like I said, this guy who's going to business school, and he is terrified to die, and she ends up having to be kind of the strong one for him. And they have a great dynamic together. But then there are parts where he kind of gives her hope to do some things. I don't want to get too into it. You'll have to see for yourself. Although, like, that's not that much of a spoiler. She wants to go to a place that meant a lot to her as a kid, and that's like her whole purpose is to get there. And he kind of accompanies her, and he helps her out, and I don't know. It's really sweet. It's a really sweet horror movie, which I guess all the A Quiet Place movies are, except for 2. I don't remember 2, so I don't know. Maybe it is. All the performances are incredible. The camera work is great. The CGI is fucking immaculate. I mean, you can barely tell that it's CGI. It's very, very good CGI. Yeah, I love almost everything about this movie, other than the couple of little tiny things that I mentioned, just minuscule, microscopic things. And yeah, that's pretty much the review, guys. The creature design, like I said, is awesome. The characters are awesome. The acting is fantastic. The camera work is good. The CGI is great. I have really very few complaints with this movie. By the way, this movie's tense as shit. All right, and I know people said that about the first couple of Quiet Place movies too. I only went to go see number 2 in theaters, and I wasn't all that impressed with the tension. When I went to go see this movie in theaters, there's one specific part where a monster like pops up right next to somebody, and it's not like a jump scare. It's not done like that. There is a noise, but it's not like a loud, obnoxious noise. But it is. It's like the monster pops up, and your fucking heart sinks into your chest. Yeah, great tension, great characters, great acting. Great movie. If you haven't seen Quiet Place Part 1, I seriously recommend you go see it in theaters. It's a fucking experience. I loved this movie. I think it is my favorite Quiet Place movie. Weirdly enough, didn't think I'd say that about the third movie in a fucking trilogy. Well, so far a trilogy. Maybe it'll become a franchise. Who knows? But I think I'm gonna give this movie like a 9.5, 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, hell yeah. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one.